Welcome to all you Sagittarians. This is your monthly horoscope for January of 2022. A not so long video, precise, concise, what's going on, what is the most important thing that's going on in January. And if you want to find out some more in-depth astrology, go and check out my YouTube channel. There is like the 2022 yearly horoscopes, the Venus-Pluto horoscopes, and the Venus retrograde, you name it, you can find it there. But now in January, what's going on there? Now, a Mercury retrograde. To start off, a Mercury retrograde in a air sign in Aquarius at around the 15th of the month, so at 10 degrees of Aquarius, it's going backwards in that sign. That is your third house. That is a bit tricky. So do your backup of computers and whatnot, because communication, and especially when Mercury goes retrograde in the third house, is very mercurial. It's very, devices going exploding and all of that. It's not so dramatic, but anything that has to do with short trips and that has to do with computers, keys, getting lost, and all of these things. So do a bit of an extra alertness there, and you'll be fine. It's not the end of the world, a Mercury retrograde. You could go back and go on a short trip, and could be a bit delayed there, but hey, you're the true Sagittarian. You put on some music in your ears and or read a nice good book around philosophy, and you will be fine. Now, at this and of course for signing contracts and so on, especially now, it's better to wait, if you can, of course, after the 5th of February next month, and to sign, and it's at the very end of the month of January, so like the 27th and so on. It's even going backwards in Capricorn, which is again your financial house, but also the house of your self-worth. It's not only a financial house. It's a lot about self-worth. It's a lot about, I've seen many people, Sagittarians, with the Venus retrograde and so on. It's more to do sometimes with self-worth than it has to do with money. But anyway, the two are connected for sure. So if you want to attract a little bit more money, by the way, have a bit more self-worth on, or work on it to create it a bit more. And this is a good time still, because the whole month of January is the Venus going backwards, going retrograde, reassessing, rethinking how you can improve your business, for instance, so that you can earn more money because you are worth it. This kind of energy is very, very applicable now for the Sagittarians. And it goes direct to Venus on the the 30th of the month. So it's only in February that you're going to see the results of the hard work that you've been doing. So yes, investigate, go deep when it comes to improving your financial situation, but as well, in particular towards the end of the month, your self-worth, how you can improve that and strengthen that, so that when other people say something, that you're not gonna be influenced by that so strongly. So it's a lot about your core value and how to stick to that, what your intentions are in life, and the more real they are, the more aligned they are with your higher self, or with the divine if you like, the better you're gonna live your life and the happier you're gonna be. And what they say about Sagittarians, it's a happy sign, but they're smart, they're wise people, aren't they? They are wise people, the Sagittarians. Anyway, now what else is going on? Jupiter is your ruler, by the way, shifts into its own sign. It's not only for January, it's like that for up until May of the year of 2022. This is amazing. When Jupiter is in its own sign, it means that you are in your element, because the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter. It's in your 4th house. This is very supportive. Very supportive on a rather emotional level, because it's an emotional house, so feeling nurtured and you feeling at home wherever you are. That's already in the sign of Sagittarius, that they feel comfortable abroad, for instance, or somewhere else. But With your ruler now in the fourth house, it could mean that for some of you, you go to a bigger home if you want to move, for instance, or you're planning that. But in general, it has to do with finding meaning in your home. Maybe you find more meaning. Maybe you are making it more enjoyable to be at home. And especially for those of you who work from home. And you are finding purpose in your home, in your connections with relatives as well. They could go better if you had some hard time with relatives or parents in particular. That could improve. And also it could mean that you find yourself more nurtured by yourself, right? So not so much in the external, that you are happy because of external things, but internal things. And that's very spiritual, but it's also very long term, right? So I really, really like that energy of Jupiter in your fourth house. Enjoy that for sure. The nodes are also shifting. So in January, the North Node is not longer going to be in your opposite sign of Gemini, but shifts into your sixth house of Taurus. So the North Node is where your emphasis needs to go, and this needs to go to health and creating good health or establishing good health, but also a focus on work. So making it real and making it smart, real, efficient, and enjoyable, because it's in Taurus after all. So enjoying what you're doing. And this is only the beginning. So I'm going to talk more about this later on, because this in the videos, because this is going to be there for the whole year. The North Node in your sixth house, and the South Node has been in your sign the last almost 18 months. So my goodness me, did you feel that last eclipse? It was certainly about letting go of an old part of you, and that is a good thing. You feel much lighter, and when you kind of let go of energy that no longer suits you and that has to do with you, you're gonna get new energy. And definitely now with the South Node in the 12th house, it's very enjoyable to let go of old habits that are not longer suiting you, but also of unhealthy habits. So a lot of emphasis on your health and on improving your day-to-day routines, which for a Sagittarian is maybe a bit boring, but you know that when you are, the thing about Sagittarians is that they're thinking long term. So when you're doing these good routines, when you're doing them and making an effort, ultimately in the long run, you will benefit from that. And that is, of course, very interesting for the Sagittarian. Having said that, thank you so much for watching. Have a very good month and see you next month. Bye-bye.